And hello everyone. My name is Nurul Zulhazmi, a representative from Group 2, and today I would like to present or to share with you guys the topic of roles of sport, mainly and specifically in international relations. So next slide. So before we start, I am proudly to announce that this is my group. To present to you my very helpful mentor, which is Namtan from Thailand, and my amazing group mates are Busrin from Thailand also, Sor Sompu from Laos, Puspo from Indonesia, and the last one Yuki from Brunei. So next slide. So this is the overview of today's presentation, just to keep you guys on track with our presentation today. So first, I will start by introduction, proceed to content, and then we proceed to our plan, our purpose program, and we end with our conclusion. So just to share with you guys that everyone's contribute to this discussion and to this presentation. So Busrin doing the introduction part, me, Yuki, and Puspo, we did the content part, and we came in this together to do our plan and our purpose program, and Sor Sompo did the conclusion part. So this might be a lengthy talk, but I swear it is full of information, so please bear with me. So next slide. So without further ado, let's move on to the introduction part. In this intro part, I will present the title assigned and the objective of our group first. So next. So nowadays, sports are often viewed as simply winning, fame, and creating economic and social value. They also try to use sport as a tool to declare political prestige. But in fact, sport is more than that. Sport can be a subject or a tool of international relation. It should play a role and positive image in connecting international relation, because the real purpose and roots of sport itself is to know each other and to promote unity. As a saying by Baron Pierre de Coubertin, who is a founder of the International Olympic Committee, I quote, "The most important thing in Olympic Games is not winning but taking part. And the essential thing in life is not conquering but fighting well." So sport is a platform for people from various nations to gather together. So next. So this whole thing can be related with our objective today. So our objective is to relate with the United Nations SDG motto, which is no one's left behind. So if you're wondering what SDG is, it is a collection of 17 interlinked global goals designed to be a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. So this can be achieved through sports. So next. So the question now is how? How do we achieve that objective? How do we achieve this objective I mentioned earlier? So the answer is through sport. Thus this led to our topic today, which is the role of sports, but specifically in international relations. So we came into a decision together when we brainstorm our ideas, so we can present to you these three important roles today. So the first one is to create strong bond relationship between countries while promoting unity alongside. So the second role is sports promote good health and well-being, and the third one is sport is a safe way of expressing displeasure and promoting peace in international relations. So next. So now we came to the first role of sport in international relations, which is to create a strong bond, relationship between each country and to promote unity. So the question now is how? How do we achieve this? So first, we need a sports exchange. Sport exchanges have served as a way to identify other states and their people, and furthermore to overcome prejudice against each other. As a result, sports exchanges between states often have been used as a tool of public diplomacy, as I mentioned just now, and considering that the aim of public diplomacy is also to foster mutual understanding. So then from that, it has a way to communicate, develop more self-confidence within themselves. If you guys refer to this slide, I insert all this picture related to this first rule. So the people who are introverted at first may become more open-minded and confident. They may develop their self-confidence within time. So besides, it can increase the country's image as well and maintain a good partnership with the other country. Because some may find it as a way to communicate, as I mentioned earlier, and this will allow them to engage in communication with the other athletes. Thus, it will lead or create a relationship between the two parties, such as friendship and so on. And this can be related to goal number 16 in United Nations SDG, which is to promote peaceful, inclusive societies for sustainable development when we know other countries more. So next, we proceed to the second role, which is sports promote good health and well-being through media internationally. So I would like to emphasize the word good health here not only mean physical health, but it also means mental health. Why I address this issue is because the increased number in mental health issues since the pandemic wave, especially in youth category. So another point is international sports means heart to heart through athlete to athlete, right? So because when we organize an international event, when we organize an international game, that means we need to prepare athletes from various countries, and prepare here means not only physical preparation but also mental preparation. So to explain more about this role, I would like you guys to refer to this example of Simone Biles. So if you're wondering who is Simone Biles, Simone Biles is the American gymnast who rocked the sports world with her decision to pull out of events at Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Why? Because she sighed about her mental health. The shocking news was published through the media internationally, and the post-effect of this news is that everyone realized that athletes have mental problems too, because athletes are humans too, just like a normal person. So it is fine to pull out from the games because you need to do what is good for you, and you need to do what is good for your mental health first. So this second role can be related to goal number 3 of SDG, which is to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. So next, we move on to this third role, which is my point in contributing to this presentation. So sports is a platform or a safe way of expressing displeasure and promoting peace in international relations. So next, in order for me to explain about this role, I would use WH and H question. So the first WH question is why? Why do we need a platform? Okay, first, the answer is it is to show discontentment or raise objections about a political issue, way of expression. If you refer to the slides, I insert the Black Lives Matter picture, right? So the Black Lives Matter is actually a big movement in America. So we can relate this with the recent incident of George Floyd. Okay, so people protest and show support against police brutality and racism. So sport is a really safe platform. Like the NBA, they put this Black Lives Matter logo or quote on their basketball court. So from this, we can see that sport is actually a really safe place for us to show our discontentment or raise objection. So the second question now is how. The most common means of expressing discontentment through sports event is to boycott the sports game. So it is regarded as a strategic and low-cost alternative to compare to any political action which states can take. So the advantage of this boycotting sports game is it possibly gives huge influence or pushes on other states without using traditional sense of state power. So I would like to give a few examples on this. So next, we can refer to the next slide, which this is just a sharing what happened in my country. So the first example is in 2019, Malaysia banned Israel from Paralympics because of the Malaysian and the minister itself, we have this opinion, which we feel like if we host this international event, it is more important than safeguarding the interests of our Palestinian brothers and sisters who are being mutilated again and again, time after time. And it is more important, it means if we have lost our moral conscience and moral compass, so therefore we made that Malaysia ban Israel from joining that game. So the other example that we can relate are FIFA lifted headscarf ban after the whole world, especially women, voiced out, and the third example is Qatar quit basketball during Asian Games because they banned hijab. So from this example, what we can relate is this is all the gender inequality and the discrimination between religion. So next. So this whole point can be related to goal 10 of SDG, which is to reduce inequalities within and among countries. This means we are going to give everyone the same opportunity, the same chance and platform to compete healthily regardless sex, age, disability, race, class, ethnicity and religions. So next. Moving on to the third part of this presentation, we would like to share our plan of action related to this topic. So our plan of action is to organize additional joint programs with the partners. The word partners in the slides means we're referring to FISU, AUSF and NUSF. Meanwhile, our strategy is to collaborate with NUSF at national level, AUSF at regional level, and FISU at international level. So we aim or we dream to host a program during the AUG. Next, our indicator is to cover mainly 3 areas, which is education, and the second area is leadership, and the third one is well-being. So next. Hence, this led to the most awaited discussion today, which is our proposed program. So I would like to share a bit of story behind this proposed program. So me and my groupmate, we got inspired from this motto, which is alone we can do so little, together we can do so much, and we got this inspiration from a story of a volunteer, which is Brad Kramer, who purchased a $2 ball for a group of boys who tried to play soccer after their daily chores. But this group of boys, they have only one ball which made of tainted plastic bags and grass. So this group of boys used the substitute ball for 2 years until it finally fell to pieces. So, and then came this one volunteer, which is Brad Kramer I mentioned just now. He gave this group of boys just one ball, and they become happy after that, and they use the ball to play in their daily life. So can you imagine if one single ball can make a small group of boys happy? We can make thousands of kids in the whole world happier if we can make this program came into real life. So next. If you wonder what is Us Together program, it is a youth organization that helps to gather all the equipment instead of money, because typically we heard about donating, it's all about money, but actually it's more than that. So we are the organization that helps to gather all the equipment to donate to the people who are into sport but they don't have money to buy equipment. So to relate with our real life, to relate with my real life, we can see that group of kids who live in rural areas or flat areas. Even in KL, there are few flat areas, and I've been to flat areas. I can see a lot of kids who are really into sport, but they don't have equipment. They don't even have a ball to play. So I would like to encourage to you guys that this is the right time for us to help them, and maybe with our small contribution, they will turn into new Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi in the future. We don't know that. So next. So how do we make this program came into real life? So we came up with these 3 steps or 3 points if you refer to the slides. So actually all of my group mates, sorry, this is another interruption, but just a story. Actually all of my group mates, we have different ideas. Yuki proposed to me to have a webinar. Puspo proposed to me to have a TikTok or a social media program. And I am so in love with this charity program. Thus we combine our idea, and here it is. So the program will have a talk or a webinar and hashtag in all social media platforms where we will influence and encourage the whole world that this is the right time, this is the perfect time that we can give back to the society. So we will conduct a talk or webinar just like we did in AUSC, YSL on the first day. So in addition to that, we can make posts, TikToks, Reels to promote this program. Next, this program works when we donate stuff. It can be new or used equipment, apparels or footwear. It doesn't have to be money and all. So it can be anything as long as the thing will be useful to them. So we can give this whole thing to those in need, just like the flat areas example just now. So then through our partners, we can provide volunteers to teach them how to play simple sport and to share experiences, leadership skills, and many more. And this is all just for free. So next. Now, the question arises is where is this program to be held? So the talk or the webinar to be held through online platforms connecting all the Asian countries, and we can have representatives from each country to make videos and become the ambassador of this program. If you are aware how Maybank promotes their ambassador program, so some of you guys may not heard about Maybank, so I will explain here. So Maybank is Malaysia's largest financial services group and the leading banking group in Southeast Asia. So Maybank has this ambassador program where they take like youth representatives to promote them, and my friend is one of them, so I'm kind of like inspired from her. So she promotes financial literacy in her videos, and this video can be spread through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and many more. So meanwhile, for the donation part, since it's COVID, so we came into these two options. So the first option is we can do this program face to face, like we send a representative to their places and donate to them. However, we also think about another plan, which is we can have like a trash can or like a food bank, but this time it is a equipment and apparels bank. Okay, so next. So this is the table of the period, target group, and expected outcome of our program. So for the talk, it can be once a year during AUG, which I believe it is a convenient time. And our target group is AUSC members, students athletes, sport administration, respective speakers from the partners, and the general public through broadcast. So, and the expected outcome is to spread awareness that sports are really the best platform to help others who are in need. For the ambassador program, the period sets is no limit, and the target group is use representative from each countries to make a video with the hashtag #UsTogether and influence others to join to our program. So the expected outcome is to get views, to get support, and make an acknowledgement from the society for this program. Last but not least, for the donation, it can be any time that people feel like doing charity and continue to keep making good deeds in this world. So we target the whole world with the lead from AUSC representative and our partners. So this is to deliver sport equipment, share knowledge on basic playing, leadership skills, experiences between the athletes and the kids, and encourage participants to be part of the sports. Next. So to not be unrealistic about this program, so we came up with this SWOT analysis where our strengths are willingness of society to participate, available platform for global research, availability of sponsors in sports community, volunteerism, shared vision, shared ASEAN values and culture. Meanwhile, our weaknesses, so sorry guys, we also have weaknesses. So our weaknesses, first, it requires further research and effort. What I mean by this is we need a group of data people to know which area that we really need to focus on, which group of people that we really need to help. So the second weakness is the urgent need to encourage and empower people to participate, and the third weakness is people who don't have electronic devices are unable to see the videos. We also take into consideration that one. And the last weakness is different famous social media in every country. Like in Malaysia, right now we're really famous with TikTok, Instagram and so on, but I'm not really sure with other countries. So we really need to study about that. In addition, we have opportunities. Our opportunities is to build international relations, global networking, discover hidden talents in sport, fundraising programs, provides awareness on importance of sport, medium of SDG awareness. And the last one is the threat. Clearly, everyone knows this one. The threat is the pandemic, improper prioritization by governments and social media algorithms. So next. We come to the conclusion. So to conclude, as mentioned by Nelson Mandela, sport really has the power to change the world, power to inspire, power to bring people together in ways that others can. So that's all from me. Thank you.